What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
How about you, then?
Listen, I'll tell you all something. I'm getting a little sick of this whole thing already. We're getting nowhere fast. Let's just break it up and go home.
Before we go any further, I'd like to try and pull this thing together.
This should be good.
He has it right. Let him go ahead.
Would you like me to time this too? Let's hear it. I'm an advertiser. I'm used to the big shot of pulling things together. Let's just with a few shots to see if any of them line on the green.
Okay. I want you all to think of this logically and consistently.
We have guilty.
I want to know, is this boy smart or is he dumb?
What do you mean?
This is a kid who has gone to reform school for knife fighting. The night of the murder, he goes and buys a knife, a switch knife. It would then take a very stupid person to go and murder a man, his father, with an instrument that everyone would associate.
I quite agree he's dumb.
However, if he were dumb, why would he make the kind of wound that an inexperienced man would make with a knife?
I'm not quite sure I understand.
To murder someone must take a great emotion, great hatred. And at that moment, they would handle a knife as best they could. They would handle it the way they'd been trained. And a trained man would handle it underhand. However, an untrained man would go overhand. But the boy is being very smart. Everyone knows he's an experienced knife fighter, so he makes the kind of wound that an amateur would make. That man is a smart man. Smart enough to wipe away the fingerprints, perhaps even smart enough to do the killing as an L train is going by, to cover up the noise. Is this boy smart, or is he dumb?
Hey, now wait a minute. The woman across the L track said that she saw the murder through the windows of an L train. So someone in that L train could have seen the murder too.
A possibility, but no one did that we know of.
It would take an awfully dumb man to take that chance. Doing the murder of your trained body?
Precisely. A dumb man. A very stupid man. A man swept by emotion, who probably heard nothing. He probably didn't even hear the train coming. And whoever did murder the father did it as best they could.
So?
This kid is dumb enough to do everything to associate himself with a switch knife murder. Yet a moment later, he is smart enough to make the kind of wound that would lead us to suspect someone else. Yet, in the same instant, he is dumb enough to do the killing as an L train is going by. Yet once again, he becomes smart. Smart enough to wipe away the fingerprints. To say this boy is guilty, you must say he is dumb from 8 o'clock till about midnight. Then about midnight, he is dumb 1 second, then smart for a few seconds, and then smart once more. Yet then once again, he becomes stupid. So stupid, he cannot even think of a good alibi. Is this boy smart, or is he dumb? To say he's guilty, you have to toss his intelligence like a pancake. There is doubt, doubt, doubt.
I hadn't thought of that.
And the old man downstairs, on the stand, he swore it took him 15 seconds. He insisted on 15 seconds. Yet we all seem to agree it must have been almost 40.
Does the old man lie half the time, and then does he tell the truth the other half of the time?
For this boy to be guilty, he must be stupid, then smart, then stupid, then smart, and so on. And for this boy to be guilty, the old man must lie half the time, yet the other half of the time, he must tell the truth. You can reasonably doubt.
I'm sold on reasonable doubt.
I think I am too. I want more talk. Now I've had
I
it.
want another vote.
All right. Another vote has been called for. I guess the quickest way is a show of hands. Anyone object? All right. All those in favor of not guilty, raise your hands. 9. Okay, guilty. 3. The vote is now 9 to 3 in favor of acquittal. I don't understand you people. How can you believe this kid is innocent? Look, you know how those people lie. I don't have to tell you. They don't know what the truth is. And let me tell you, they don't need any real big reason to kill someone either. You know, they get drunk and bang. Someone's lying in the gutter.
mouth again, I'm going to shut it for you.
I'm only trying to, I'm just,
All right, everybody, please take a seat. I still believe the boy is guilty of murder. I'll tell you why. To me, the most damning evidence was given by the woman across the street, who claimed she actually saw the murder committed.
That's right. As far as I'm concerned, that is the most important testimony.
Fine. Let's talk about the testimony. What exactly did she say?
I believe I can recount it accurately. She said that she went to bed at about 11 o'clock that night. Her bed was next to the open window, and she could look out of the window while lying down and see directly into the window across the street. She tossed and turned for over an hour, unable to fall asleep. Finally, she turned toward the window at about 12:10, and as she looked out, she saw the boy stab his father. As far as I can see, this is an unshakable testimony.
That's what I mean. That's the whole case.
Frankly, in view of this, I don't see how you can vote for acquittal. What do you think?
well, maybe. There's just so much evidence.
What do you mean, maybe? He's absolutely right. You can throw out all of the other evidence.
That was my feeling. I don't deny the validity of the points that he has made. Shall we say that on one side of the tracks there is a doubt? But what can you say about the story of the woman? She saw it.
What time is it? 5:05. Thank you.
You don't have to let us go home in the morning and finish this. I have to look at the house.
Not a chance.
Can't you see the clock without your glasses on?
Not really.
Oh.
Glasses are a nuisance, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Well, what do you all do when you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to know what time it is?
I put on my glasses and I look at the clock.
I just lie in bed and wait for the clock to chime. My father gave it to me when we married, my wife and I. It was 10 years before we had a place to put
Do
it.
you wear your glasses to bed?
Of course not. No one wears glasses to bed.
The woman who testified she saw the murder. She wore glasses. What about her?
Did she wear glasses?
Yes, the woman wore bifocals. I remember it very clearly. They looked quite strong.
That's right. Bifocals. She never took them off.
Funny. I hadn't thought of that.
I think it's logical to say she wasn't wearing them to bed. And I don't think she put them on to casually glance out the window. Now, she testified that the murder took place the instant she looked out, and the lights went out a split second later. She wouldn't have had time to put her glasses on it. Now, perhaps this woman honestly thought she saw the boy stab his father. But I say she only saw a blur.
And how do you know what she saw? Maybe she's farsighted. How does he know all of these things?
Is there anyone in this room that does not believe there is a reasonable doubt?
I will always wonder if there is a reasonable doubt.
I think he's guilty.
Does anyone else?
No. I'm convinced. There is a reasonable doubt.
You're alone.
11 not guilty to 1 guilty.
I don't care if I'm alone. I have a right.
Yes, you have a right.
So I think the kid's guilty. What more do you want?
Your arguments.
I gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced. We're waiting to hear them again. We have time.
You're the guy. You made all of the arguments. This kid is guilty. A murderer is going to be walking the streets. You have to stay with me.
I'm sorry. I'm convinced. I don't think I'm wrong often, but I guess there was this once. There is a reasonable doubt.
We're waiting.